Hi, good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Bible Stories. How are you? I hope you're great. So, take your pills, pack your bowl, grab your smokes, get comfy. Make sure you have your bedtime beverage, your nightly reward for keeping other people alive, because the freaks are here and keeping freaks alive is totally important. So, let's smoke it, drink it, and read it, right? Okay. So, we are on 4th Maccabees, chapter 7. And this one is for like a most skillful pilot. The reason of our father Eleazar. See, this sentence is so fucking stupid. Our father Eleazar steered the ship of religion over the sea of emotions. Man, that's great writing. And though buffeted by the stormings of the tyrant, overwhelmed by the mighty waves of tortures, in no way did he turn the rudder of religion until he sailed into the haven of immortal victory. Yeah, man, this is fucking amazing writing, except for this stupid fucking sentence. No city besieged with many ingenious war machines have ever held out as that most holy man did, although his sacred life was consumed by tortures and wrecks. He conquered the besiegers with the shield of his devout reason. For setting his mind firm like a jutting cliff, our father Eleazar broke the maddening waves of emotion. Man. Man. This writing. Oh, it's beautiful. O priests, worthy of the priesthood, you neither defiled your sacred teeth or profaned your stomach, which had room only for reverence and purity, by eating defiling foods. O man, in harmony with the law and philosopher of divine life. Mm. I remember yesterday I said I didn't think this was written at the Old Testament times. I still kind of believe it wasn't written at the Old Testament times, but I, it sounds like it might have been written by one of the preacher people. Oh man, in harmony with law and philosopher of divine life. Such should be those who are administrators of the law, shielding it with their own blood and noble sweat, and suffering even to death. You, Father, strengthened our loyalty to the law with your glorious endurance, and you did not abandon the holiness that you praised. But by your deeds you made your words of divine philosophy credible. O aged man, more powerful than torturers. O elder, fiercer than fire. O supreme king over the passions, Eleazar! Maybe this guy was somebody that knew Eleazar. For just as our father Aaron, armed with the censer, ran through ran through the multitude of people, and conquered the fiery angel. Part of me might remember this, but I've been thinking I do not remember this story. So the descendant of Aaron, Eleazar, though being consumed by the fire, remained unmoved in his reason. Most amazing, indeed, though he was an old man, his body no longer tense and firm, his muscles flabby, his sinews feeble, and he became young again. In spirit, through reason, and by reason like that of Isaac, he rendered the many-headed rack ineffective. Yeah, but when was Isaac on a rack, though? Mm-mm. I don't remember this one at all. I don't remember when Isaac was ever on a rack. O man of blessed age and venerable gray hair, and of law abiding life, whom the faithful seal of death was perfected. If, therefore, because of awesomeness, an aged man despised tortures even to death, most certainly devout reason is governor of the emotions. Some, perhaps, might say, not all have full command of their emotions, because not all have prudent reason, i.e. Nikki K. I've been saying that I can't find a reason. I don't have a reason to do anything. There's no fucking reason. But as many attend to religion with a whole heart, these alone are able to control the passions of the flesh. It's not exactly true, because I have a reason to make these videos. God will kick my ass if I don't. But other than that, I don't have a fucking reason. I don't have a reason to be a good wife. I don't have a reason to do anything. Since they believe that they are like our patriarchs, Abe, Isaac, and Jake, do not die to God, but live to God. What? They do not die. Should that be for they do not die for God, but live for God? I don't know if that's what that means. But from now on, it's hashtag live to God. No contradiction, therefore, arises when some people appear to be dominated by their emotions, i.e., Nikki K, because of the weakness of their reason, i.e., Nikki K. What person who lives as a philosopher by the whole rule of philosophy and trusts in God, and knows that it is blessed to endure any suffering for the sake of virtue, would not be able to overcome emotions through godliness. For only the wise and courageous are masters of their emotions. Come here. You heard that right. That was one of my cats. Come here. You did hear that right. That's fucking weird. Anyway, I will be right back, I think. Yep, right now. Okay, so, okay. Now we are going to be doing Maccabees 8. Of course, because why not? Hey, I know you're reading this and everything. You've been reading this for a long time. Coupon! See, coupon. Alright. Maccabees 4, chapter 8. Oh, look, coupon. Like, hey, you're reading. Coupon! You need a coupon. So, chapter 8. For this is why even the very young, by following a philosophy in accordance with devout reason, have prevailed over the most painful instruments of torture. For when the tyrant was conspicuously defeated in the first attempt, being unable to compel an aged man to eat defiling foods, then in violent rage he commanded that others of the Hebrew captives be brought. See, when did they become Hebrews? I thought they were Jews. What the fuck? The people from Hebron should, man, they've been drugged through the mud because they're conflating them with Jews. I would start suing the Jews if I was a Hebrew. And that any who ate defiling food would be freed. But if any were to refuse, they would be tortured even more cruelly. When the tyrant had given these orders, I hate this. I hate this story. Oh, I hate this. I hate it. Oh, I hate this story. I hate it so bad. Oh, do you think it's stupid? I think it's so fucking stupid. I don't want to read it. I don't. Oh my god. Why? Why? You already told the story. You told both of these stories. And I had to read them in the morning time. Here we go. When the tyrant had given these orders, 7 brothers, handsome, modest, noble, and accomplished in every way, very bona fide. They had the bona fides. They were brought before them along with their aged mother. When the tyrant saw them grouped about their mother, okay, so they was hanging out around their mom as though a chorus. He was pleased with them and struck their appearance and nobility. He smiled at them and summoned them and said, young man with favorable feelings, I admire each and every one of you and greatly respect the beauty and the number of such brothers. Not only do I advise you not to display the same madness as that old man, but I exhort you to yield to me and enjoy my friendship. The bitch, bye, Felicia. Just as I am able to punish those who disobey my orders. And I'm old enough to actually remember when when the movie that came from before it became famous for no reason, like 20 years later. Um, okay, so enjoy my friendship. Just as I am able to punish those who disobey. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, hey, you want to come say hi? You want to come be fucked up? You want to come flip me off? Oh, well, she's so mean to me. See, we did this earlier when she was making cookies and she was cussing a lot. But then I fucked it up, so here we are now and she's mad at me. Because I had to redo it twice. So this guy's like, hey, let's be friends. You know, because I'll fuck you up if you don't. But if you do, man, we'll be good friends. Trust me. Isn't this in a Tool song? It's like, trust me. That's how you know not to trust people when they're like, trust me, dog. It's like, I would rather eat shit. You will have positions of authority in my government. If you renounce your ancestral tradition, see, what is the whole point of this? Like, I mean, I don't like Jews or anything, but like, I'm not getting any joy out of reading this. Like, this does not make me feel happy. Like, yeah, fuck these Jews. This doesn't really make me feel all like vindicated. You know, because Jews are terrible people. So you would think hearing about their suffering would be great, but it's not. But it's not. This is not enjoyable. This is kind of sad. Like when you just think about the people of it all. You know, and I'm pretty sure if I would have lived at this time, I I would have did the best I could to. No, I can't even say that because I don't even know if I would. I would probably be right along with the crowd, like, yeah, kill these motherfuckers. I wouldn't even think about it. And I'm pretty sure at this time people didn't have the brains we have now. In a lot of ways, they were smarter, but in a lot of ways, they were also stupider. This whole like not thinking before you act thing, there was a lot of that going on. So I don't know if I would even try to save these people. I don't know. But I know reading the Old Testament as I read it, you know, that is the reason that I don't like the Jews. Like I know they're really shitty people and like now I know a lot more about them than I did before, you know. But I'm just now reading the Old Testament. We just finished it. And reading that book, it's like, I don't fucking like these people. Fuck the Jews, right? But then reading about these individual stories and individual people, it's like, I don't know. Like this is kind of shitty. You know what I mean? And thinking about it, and if you think about how Jordan Peterson says, like, imagine if you could do that, right? Like, think about how desperate you could be, right? I don't think he used the word despot, but I think what he said means the same thing. I don't exactly remember the word he used. But pretty much think about if you could do some evil shit. And I've thought about it. And the same reason earlier he said I wouldn't want a leadership position because I have the capability of being just like that tyrant. Oh, did you know I was making my video? So you gotta come say hi. Everyone say hi to Captain. Hi, Captain. Um, but I could end up being like that tyrant king. So I'm sure I could have ended up hurting these people. But reading about it in this way, it's like, oh, I feel so bad. Okay. Enjoy your youth by adopting the Greek way of life and changing your manner of living. But if by disobedience you rouse my anger, you will compel me to destroy each and every one of you with dreadful punishments through tortures. Bitch, bring it. Therefore, take pity on yourself. Even I, your enemy, have compassion for your youth and handsome appearance. I want to wear your skin. I want to wear your skin. Will you not consider this? If you disobey, nothing remains for you but to die on the rack like they're scared. When he said these things, he ordered the instruments of torture to be brought forward so as to persuade them out of fear to eat defiling food. Yeah, what is the purpose of this? Like, what is the purpose? When the guards had placed before them wheels and joint dislocators, rack, hooks, catapults, cauldrons, braziers, thumb screws, iron claws, wedges, and bellows, the tyrant resumed speaking. What is a brazier? Isn't this a bra? Oh my god. Do I really want to know what this is? I don't know. A portable heater. Well, then why the fuck would they call that a bra? A barbecue. I thought it was a bra. Oh my god. Oh my god. I want to go ask Dawson. Hold on one second. Okay. So, your dad was not awake. I got a question. Kelso. Okay, your dad wasn't awake, and I got a question. What is a brazier?
A brazier?
Isn't there a bra?
What?
A brazier. Like people say, I got my brazier. Isn't that a bra?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's a bra. But here on the definition, it says it's a barbecue. It's a rotisserie.
What is a brazier?
It's a barbecue.
A heater consisting of pan or stand for holding lighted coals. Barbecue.
Okay, will you ask
How is it spelled?
It's Brazier. Ask Google
I
if.
did. It's a portable heater consisting of a pan or stand for
Okay,
holding
but
warm
ask
clothes.
him. Ask Google if brassiere is also known as a bra. Just say, is a brassiere a bra?
No, it doesn't say that.
Yeah, I know, but
And it
all of them.
doesn't say, if it was a definition for it, it would be on there.
I'm telling you, I'm older than you. All of
It's
my
not a
life,
verb, it's a noun.
all of my
You wouldn't be
life,
saying, I'm holding a brassiere. At least you
all
would be.
all
If you
of
if you're
my
holding it.
life, a
Nikki,
bra
it would
has been
say that
called.
if it was on there.
That's why I'm telling you, as Google, if
I
brassieres.
did ask Google if it was a definition for a bra, it would be on there.
No, it wouldn't. My kids are so mean to me. Like, he won't listen. She's mad at me. Anybody else in the world, has a brassiere ever been called a bra in your life? I'm sure most of you are probably my age. So, this is fucking flipping my mind. Okay, and then he kept saying, be afraid, young fellows. Whatever justice you revere will be merciful to you when you transgress under compulsion. Negative goes.
Brassiere is a bra, but brazier is not. Brassiere is spelled Brassiere.
Yeah, that's what everybody is called brazier.
That's brassiere. What you are saying is brazier.
No, what you're saying, that spelling, that's probably right, but it's always been called brazier.
Then it's brazier. But brassiere does not have an Z, it has an S.
Well, it's not an American word, so
It doesn't matter. That's
okay, you're absolutely right. Maybe everybody says it wrong. But thank you for looking. Yay. Okay. So, whatever justice you revere will be merciful to you when you transgress under compulsion. Bitch, bye. Ugh, bruh. That word sounds so stupid. But when they had heard the inducements and saw the dreadful devices, not only were they not afraid, but they also opposed the tyrant with their own philosophy, and by their right reasoning nullified his tyranny. Like, big guy. Haha, no. Let us consider, on the other hand, what arguments might have been used if some of them had been cowardly and unmanly. Would they not have been the following? Oh, wretches, what, oh, wretches that we are, and so senseless, since the king has summoned and talked shit to us, accept kind treatment. Hold on. The king has summoned and talked to us and asked us to accept some kind of treatment if we obey him. Why do we take pleasure in vain results, resolves, and venture upon disobedience that brings death. O men and brothers, should we not fear the instruments of torture and consider the threats of torments? And give up this vain opinion that this arrogance that threatens to destroy us. Let us take pity on our youth and have compassion on our mother's age. Let us seriously consider that if we disobey, we are dead. Also, divine justice will excuse us for fearing the king when we are under compulsion. I mean, kind of, because in the Old Testament, there was one of the king's soldier guys, right? And he was going to kill this guy, I think. And the guy was like, don't kill me, right? And then the soldier general guy was like, pray for you and then pray for me because I have to be there when my master prays to his God. So that did happen. Why do we banish ourselves from this most pleasant life and deprive ourselves of this delightful world? Let us not struggle against compulsion, nor take hollow pride in being put on the rack. Not even the law itself would arbitrarily put us to death for fearing the instruments of torture. Why does such contentiousness excite us, such as a fatal stubbornness please us, when we can live in peace if we obey the king? But the youth, though about to be tortured, neither said any of these things, nor even seriously considered them. So if they didn't say this, why did you write it down? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Cowardly. Would they not have been the fault? Wait. Let us consider. Wait. They also opposed the tyrant with their own philosophy. By the right reasoning, nullified his tyranny. Let us consider, on the other hand, what arguments might have been used if some of them had been cowardly. Okay, so he's writing this. Okay, this is not what they said. This is what he thought they would say. Okay. So they never said any of this. And then it says, for they were contemptuous of the emotion and sovereign over agonies. So they said, fuck this shit, we're going home. So that as soon as the tyrant had ceased counseling them to eat defiling food, all with one voice together, as from one mind, said, here we go. What did they say? Wait a minute. What did they say? 34 minutes. Oh my God. Here we go. Okay. So they said, why do you delay, O tyrant? For we are ready to die rather than transgress. our ancestral commandments. We are obviously putting our forebears to shame unless we should practice ready obedience to the law and to Moses, our counselor. At least they didn't say God this time. Tyrant and counselor of lawlessness, in your hatred for us, do not pity us more than we pity ourselves. For we consider this pity of yours, which ensures our safety through transgression of the law, to be more grievous than death itself. You are trying to terrify us by threatening us with death by torture, as though a short time ago you learned nothing from Eleazar. And if the aged man of the Hebrews, see why? Why are they Hebrews? I thought they were Jews. See, Hebrews. Did you know you left the water on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So aren't the Hebrews Jews?
No, the Hebrews are Hebrews. The Jews, no, it should be the Jews are different, but they just use them. Okay. Because of their religion lived piously while enduring torture, it would be even more fitting that we young men should die despising our coercive tortures, which our aged instructor also overcame. Therefore, tyrant, put us to the test. And if you take our lives because of our religion, do not suppose that you can injure us by torturing us. Yeah, he's like, bring it, bitch! For we, through this severe suffering and endurance, shall have the prize of virtue and shall be with God, on whose account we suffer. Because we're like, bring it, bitch! But you, because of your bloodthirstiness, will deservedly undergo from the divine justice of eternal torment by fire. See, this is the first time it ever mentions fire inside hell. Because usually it's the pit. And then it was Hades. And then, it was the pit, Selah, the pit, Hades, and now it's torment by fire. When they had said these things, the tyrant was not only indignant as at those who are disobedient, but also infuriated. He was trying to talk in fire, right? Then, at his command, the guards brought forward the eldest, and having got him naked, why do these people always get people naked? Oh, I don't know why they always want to get people naked. And they bound his hands and arms on each side. When they had worn themselves out, beating him with scourges, without accomplishing anything, they placed him on the wheel. And when the noble youth was stretched out around this, his limbs were dislocated, and with every member disjointed, he denounced the tyrant, saying, most abominable tyrant, enemy of heavenly justice, savage of mind, fuck you, suck it. You mangling me in this manner, not because I am a murderer or as one who acts impiously, but because I protect the divine law. Suck it! I'm already naked, my dick's right here. And when the guard said, agree to eat the meat, there's no pudding unless you eat the meat. And he replied, you abominable ass kissers. Your wheel is not so powerful as to strangle my reasons.
You abominable snowman.
Ha ha! Yeah, yeah. This guy is the abominable fireman.
Why is he a fireman?
Because he's a dick fuck. Not like a fireman like the good guys. A fireman like I made a fire.
Oh no, I thought it was because he set things on fire.
Oh no, they have that problem too. But right at this point, he's he's fire because he's a bad guy.
What fired pizza? How's pizza gonna find a job now?
Well, he's probably gonna be dead. So, you abominable lackeys, your wheel is not so powerful as to strangle my reason. Cut my limbs, burn my flesh, see, burning right here, and twist my joints. Though all these tortures, I will convince you that children of the Hebrews alone are invincible where virtue is concerned. Have you met these people like I don't know, that they're bad guys? While he was saying these things, they spread fire under him, and while fanning the flames, they tightened the wheel further. This guy. The wheel was completely smeared with blood, and on the heap of the coals being quenched by the drippings of gore, and pieces of flesh were falling off the axles of the machine. Although the ligaments joining his bones were severed, their courageous youth, worthy of Abraham, did not groan. Yeah, mind over matter, body control. But as though transformed by fire into mortality, he nobly endured the wreckings. Imitate me, brothers, he said. Do not leave your post in my struggle, or renounce our courageous family ties. Fight the sacred and noble battle for religion. Thereby, just providence of our ancestors may become merciful to our nation and take vengeance on the accursed tyrant. How much do you want to bet he was not able to get out one word because a guard probably punched him in the mouth? I don't know. When he said this, the saintly youth broke the thread of life. While all were marveling at this courageous spirit, the guards brought in the next eldest. After fitting themselves with iron gauntlets having sharp hooks, they bound him to the torture machine and the catapult. See, none of this is fun. This is not fun. Before torturing him, they inquired of if he were willing to eat. And he was like, nah, fuck you. Right? These leopard like beast tore out his sinews with iron hands, flayed all the flesh up to his chin, tore away his scalp, but the steadfastly endured his agony and said, "How sweet is any kind of death for the religion of our ancestors." To the tyrant, he said, "Do you not think, you most savage tyrant, that you are being tortured more than I, as you see the arrogant design of your tyranny being defeated by our endurance for the sake of religion? I lighten my pain by the joys that come from virtue, but you suffered torture by the threats that come from impiety. You will not escape, you most abominable tyrant, the judgments of divine wrath." Dun dun dun. We're almost done. 8, 9 more. 9 more. Yeah. How awesome. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you and have the great. No. Thank you. I love you and have the sweetest dreams ever.